I invested $5,000 at the beginning of this process and began to go through the program, take massive action, and within 6 months, we had made over $900,000. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to this week's video. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how I made my first $1 million in business and how you can potentially do it as well. So make sure to stick around till the end because I'm going to get into all the details of how it happened. Before we do, guys, make sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell, do all that cool YouTube-y stuff. Let's jump right on in. So, guys, about 6.5 years ago, I was waiting in line to pick up my daughter from school, and I had to go around the line to go, park in the back and get in the line. And while I'm passing everybody up, parked there in line to pick up their kids, I noticed something. Every single person was looking down at their phone. And it was in that moment, I believe I heard God, the voice of God, say, where the attention is at, the harvest is at, and where the attention is at, the money is at. Like, I had this instant epiphany. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Where the attention's at, that's where I need to go if I want to impact people and if I want to make money. So I begin to think about this. Man, I need to learn how to get into marketing because obviously everybody's looking at their phone. Like, how can I get where the eyeballs are? I think a big mistake that a lot of newbie business owners and entrepreneurs make is they try to come up with something that they think the market is going to like, and then they're like over here trying to get attention on the new thing. Hey guys, check out my thing, when they should have just gone to where the attention was at and provided value right there where the attention was already at. So anyways, fast forward, and so now I'm starting to like search terms like, marketing and sales and courses and business. Like, I'm hungry. I'm really looking for this. And I started getting hit with ads by a bunch of different people in the space, different marketers, and different people are hitting me with ads. Buy my course, buy my thing, buy this thing. And there was one guy in particular by the name of 𝐓𝐨𝐿𝐵 who really just caught my attention all these years ago.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
And I was like, man, I'm resounding. I'm connecting with this guy. I didn't know it at the time, but he was targeting me and marketing to me through ads. Every time I open up, Google or Facebook, like there he was. There's this guy again. Every time I open up YouTube, he's always there. Here's this guy. Like, I keep seeing him. And he was targeting me with a course on basically how to start your own marketing agency for social media. And it was like $5,000. And I remember thinking, man, that is crazy. At the time, $5,000 was a lot. And honestly, at the time, my mindset was way too small. And I didn't see the value of investing $5,000 into myself, but I began to listen to what he was talking about. And I was like, man, maybe this is worth it. So my wife and I began to discuss, man, should we invest into this program? Should we not? What if it doesn't work? Like, all the things that newbie people are thinking about, all the conversations that people who have never invested into themselves, never invested into their education, maybe they've never bought a course or a mentorship, all the stuff that everyone is talking about, we were talking about. And so finally, my wife was like, you need to do this. I feel like this might be really important. And honestly, you're pretty good at social media. What if we could connect like your ability to do social media and helping other people with their social media, bring this together, and maybe we could actually get some success and help some people make some money. So after being really super hesitant, I was like, okay, we're going to do this. So we invested $5,000. And guys, it was like one of the scariest things we'd ever done, because apart from like putting a down payment on a house or, doing other major purchases, we had never put $5,000 on anything, let alone our education or investing into our knowledge and our skills, right? So I was shaking in my booties. I didn't know what was going on. Okay. And we invested the money, and I opened up the course. And instantly I started getting value. Like, wow, this is crazy. Now here's a massive takeaway I want you to get from this story, okay? So literally started the program, and on lesson 1, literally open up the program, lesson 1. Before I went to lesson 2, I began to implement on lesson 1. Because if there's one thing that I knew even back then, it's this: Action takers are money makers. Here's one thing that my mentor says, okay? Mediocrity scales exponentially, but excellence scales incrementally. Why is that? Because most people are not willing to do what it takes in order to scale up and really make the impact and the income that they could actually make, because they're not willing to take action. They're not willing to put in the work. That's why mediocrity scales exponentially and excellence scales little by little. So anyways, I started taking massive action. I would go through lesson 1. Before I even started lesson 2, I would pause and go do lesson 1. And then I would go to lesson 2. And then before it was even over, I'd pause and go to whatever website he said to set up my thing or to get registered for this or do that. And I just began to take massive action on every single step. And before you know it, within like a month, we had our own marketing agency. Like, we were in business, we were cranking, we were rolling, and I began to do some marketing for myself, called some friends, reached out to some people. Before you know it, we had 29 clients, and the lowest retainer that somebody was paying us every month was about $3,500. So actually, I take that back. I had one person who was paying lower than that, but everyone else besides that, we had nice retainers coming in, and I literally just went step by step by step by step, everything he taught us how to do. And guys, it was crazy. Like, the struggles of like trying to grow a team and trying to manage this. And then now clients are coming in and clients are falling off and I got to bring in new clients. Just the struggle of all that comes with being a new entrepreneur. We were going through it. But the crazy part was this: I invested $5,000 at the beginning of this process and began to go through the program, take massive action. And within 6 months, not only did we have 29 clients, but we had made over $900,000 all within the first 6 months. And I will tell you this, obviously, those results aren't typical. Most people aren't going to go out and get a return on their investment that quick, that big. But I think the big difference between most people and my wife and I, we implement, we take action. We know action takers are money makers. We know the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is action. In fact, if you're a man or a woman of faith, even the Bible says faith without works is dead, or faith without action is dead. So we invested, we took massive action, and that was how we made our first almost $1 million. We took the profits from that endeavor, we rolled it into another business and another mentorship that was even more expensive, and one thing led to another. And now here we are almost 6 years later, it's about 6 years later. And you know, we've been able to generate millions and millions of dollars online. I think the biggest takeaways are this. Number one, you have got to be willing to take a risk on yourself. You've got to be willing to bet on yourself and to invest into knowledge and skills. Somebody else who's done better than you, somebody else who's further along than you, and pay them to teach you how to do the thing that they are really good at. So that's the first thing. Like, take a bet on yourself, or take a risk on yourself. Pay somebody to help you, okay? Number two, when you get behind the wall of like, okay, I'm going to take a risk, and you pay the person, now you're into the program, take massive action. Okay, if you're not going to take action, like even to this day, I know in the program that I first joined with Ty all those years ago, people now in my programs, the people who are successful, they're the action takers. The people who are like, man, it's been 3 months, it's been 6 months, it's been a year, still not doing anything. Well, have you taken action on what we're trying to teach you how to do? No, not yet. I'm just trying to I'm taking notes. Like, okay, notes are good, but action is better, right? So the second thing you got to do in order to really become successful and potentially even earn millions of dollars in your business, you've got to take massive action. And then number three, you've got to wash, rinse, repeat. Continue to find somebody that is well beyond you in whatever skill. Maybe it's marketing, maybe it's sales, maybe it's putting together offers, maybe it's something like our product, Digital Product Academy, maybe it's, this guy or that guy. Go pay them, invest in yourself, level up your skills, skills, take massive action, and just keep wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. Do this over and over and over and over. And the more you do this, the more skilled you're going to get, the easier it's going to become to make money. And before you know it, you have acquired a bunch of wealth, because now, like the Bible says, Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 3, it says, the dream comes through much business. Each and every one of you guys and gals, myself included, my wife and I, we all have dreams. And I believe that they're God-given dreams. Maybe you got a dream to build an orphanage. Maybe you got a dream to set your family free from the bondage of lack and financial frustration. Maybe you got a dream to go on a nice vacation. Maybe you've got a dream to like set your kids up, well beyond after you pass away. Whatever your dream is, literally the Bible says the dream comes through much business. Okay? It doesn't say the dream comes through much laziness. It doesn't say the dream comes through much offerings for all of you ministry people. It says the dream comes through much business. So if you want to get out there, if you want to become a millionaire by selling, online products, selling a service, selling, education, or this product or this service, whatever, you've got to go in there and do this formula, guys. Find someone who's done it, pay them, take massive action on whatever they're teaching you. And number 3, do it over and over and over again. That's how my wife and I did it. That's how we did it. And that's how we're still doing it today. We're just doing it on a different level. That's how it can work for you as well. But the first step is this. You've got to get over the hump of like, man, this is scary. This is an investment. Yes, it is scary. Yes, it is an investment. But I'm telling you this, when you take a bet on yourself, when you take a chance on yourself and you start doing and implementing the thing that the coach or the mentor is telling you to learn, it can work for you exponentially. So guys, give yourself a chance. I've said it like this a bunch recently. I'm going to keep saying it like this. You can either take a chance on yourself, or you can keep working for someone that took a chance on themselves. Okay, there you guys have it. That's how my wife and I made our first $1 million, almost $1,900,000 plus in business. I hope that was helpful for you. Just sharing my story, sharing our strategy, our journey, how it happened for us. And it can happen for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep hearing more information like this, more content like this. And we'll see you guys next time on the next video. Peace. Hey, if you like that video and you want to learn how my students are making an extra $5,000 to $10,000 every single month, then click the link below and book a free strategy session with my team. You'd be glad you did.